Billie Eilish just released a new album today called Hit Me Hard and Soft. Now, this is going to be a very interesting one for me because I've never listened to a whole Billie Eilish project before, not from front to back. So this is going to be my first Billie Eilish album experience, and I'm kind of excited, you know. There's obviously a couple of songs I know from her discog just based off how big they are. I listen to them in some kind of way. There's also a couple of songs in the discog, even though I never listened to the whole discog, that are able to make me emotional. So this is going to be a very interesting but kind of dangerous situation for me to listen to right now. Obviously, a lot of songs to digest, I guess, a lot of songs to listen to very closely. So sit back and relax. And if you want me to react to the whole discog, by the way, tell me in the comment section and I might do it too. All right, the first track is called Skinny. Let's go.
People say I look happy just because I got skinny, but the old me is still me and maybe the real me, and I think she's pretty.
So she's saying she is not as happy as she appears from the outside, and people misconstrue her inner feelings with how she looks from outside. The thing is, when somebody looks skinnier, it doesn't mean that they are happier, and she does say that, she is not as happy as people see her as. People misconstrue, some people's feelings always with the appearance, which is kind of silly. But that also only shows how much they invest in someone else. That tells you a lot about someone when, they check you off like this. Oh, you look happy, cool.
And you said I was your secret, and you didn't get to keep it. And the internet is hungry for the meanest kind of funny, and somebody's gotta feed it.
The fans and, the whole internet basically talking about her, and she doesn't take it too well, I guess.
Never did you wrong,
When in a movie something crazy happens, something crazy emotional, the highlight basically of the whole movie, and you kind of have to move on and transfer to the dialogues basically after the big bang, the big thing, right? This is giving me this type of feeling right now. This song is beautiful though, and even though half the track is basically just straight strings, there is a lot to unpack in the first half. Like, for example, her talking about the internet and people on the internet being bad to her and how that makes her feel. And she's also talking about a past relationship, also how people misconstrue her being happy and her looking skinnier. So that is a very nice song. All right, second track is Lunch.
I could eat that girl for lunch, yeah, she dances on my tongue, tastes like she might be the one. Call me when you're there, I said I'll buy you something rare, and I left it under clear, and I'm pulling up my hair. Baby, I think you were made for me.
Crazy. I never listened to Billie Eilish like that before, so I didn't know she can get there. So that's cool. Same though, Billie. Same. I like the little key, but just from a musical point of view, this is not something that really catches me right now, to be honest. It's a cool track so far, but I'm listening more so than enjoying the music right now. But the first track was beautiful. This track is kind of falling flat for me right now, but it's still a cool track.
You need to see a volunteer. Now she's smiling ear to ear. She's the headlights on the deer.
She's the headlights, I'm the deer. You know how a deer acts like when they see headlights, right? They are shook basically, so they can't even move. She is basically so stunned and so overwhelmed by her beauty, I guess. So that's a cool line. I like that.
But she might be the one.
All right, it's a cool track, nothing that necessarily wows me right now from a musical standpoint, but this is still a very solid and short track, and I might respect it a bit more now after the song's over. And the lyrics are kind of funny, and I like I'm the deer and you have the flashlight. That's cool. And the next track number 3, is Chihiro. Oh, Chihiro from Spirited Away. I love that movie, but the first time I watched it, I was so scared. I was so scared as a kid.
When I come back around, will I know what to say? Said you won't forget my name. Not today. Feeling sorrow.
I feel like this already is a reference to the movie, right? At the end of the movie, I feel like she forgot everything that happened, or her parents forgot everything that happened. And she's saying, when I come back around, will you still remember me, I feel like, or something. So that might be the reference right now, but, you know, haven't watched the movie in a long time, so I might have no idea what I'm talking about right now. Yo! This track right now sounds amazing. This is already my favorite one. You know, the references to the movie, and I love Spirited Away. You know, even though it really scared me as a kid because of the ghost or something. I don't even know what that was, like a ghost but a mask on the ghost. Just brownie points because of that, and now the music sounds beautiful and kind of different from what I'm used to. So this is amazing right now.
So you sleep at the counter when I looked away. So you turn around, but it wasn't your face. Said I need to be alone now. I'm taking a break.
That's a reference too, you know. I just talked about, you know, the ghost or something with the mask, and Chihiro walked into like a long hallway, right? And there was a big table and they had a buffet. So she thought she saw someone that she knows, maybe her parents, right? And there was this creature, whatever you want to call it, right? And it turned around, I think, or not even the ghost, but something else, I think, turned around and looked her in the eye, and she was like, oh, just, you know, I know this is a reference to the movie once again, but I can't like put my finger on it and the exact scene. I got goosebumps. I don't even know if you can tell, but I got goosebumps. Mike Dinas track, you know, and the references to Spirited Away. I don't even know if I hit the nail with what I was talking about, but you know, it's been a long time since I've watched that movie, and if you haven't watched that movie yet, then do it, and you know, I might do it in the next couple of days too. But yeah, beautiful track, 100% my favorite for now. And also the rhythm in this track, I always had my head moving like this, like a metronome. This is hard to beat, right? This is hard to beat. You might need to give me like a very emotional ballad at this point to top that, but yeah. Track number 4 is Birds of a Feather.
Till I'm in the grave. Till I ride away, dead and buried. And if I'm turning blue, please don't save me. Nothing left to lose without my baby.
If I'm turning blue, please don't save me. She did say, you know, I want you to be mine basically forever, because she did say, you know, till I rot away. When you die, you turn blue, basically, right? And also because blue in the sense of sadness.
Been better, and I don't know what I'm crying for. I don't think I could love you more.
This reminds me of a very, very old song, and I can't figure out what song I'm talking about, but it does like sound exactly like I have it in my mind. Yeah. All right. So Billy is like deep in love. Beautiful track though. You know, very relatable, I would say, to a lot of people. Cute. The way she says, "Why am I even crying?" Like, basically, she loves him that much that she might be just afraid that it could end. Also, when she says, "When I turn blue, don't save me," in the sense of, you know, her being dead, but also her being sad. So when she turns sad and it is too much to handle, then don't save me, then go your own way. And maybe this is what she's afraid of. But then she goes ahead and complains about him not taking the compliments that she is giving him, and saying basically your mind is polluted. So maybe he doesn't want to hear all those compliments. Maybe he thinks he is not good enough, right? And she doesn't want to hear it. And literally the last thing she says in this track is, "Don't act surprised, like I love you, don't act surprised." And yeah, I like that. But yeah, still beautiful track. And the next track is track number 5, Wildflower.
We fell out of love and you both let go. She was crying on my shoulder. Now I know that you love me. You don't need to remind me. I should put it all behind me,
Oh.
shouldn't I? But I see her in the back of my mind.
Oh, wow.
All the time.
All right.
Did I cross the line?
Arguably, you know, in my mind, it's just never a good idea to date your friend's ex. Like, it always screams drama to me, and in somebody's head, it's always going to be an issue. In Billy's head, in this case, but also in your partner's head, and also obviously in the friend's head. Like, somebody will have an issue with it, no matter the circumstances. You might all say, every stakeholder in this might say, cool, we're cool with it, I'm okay with it, but in the end, are you really? Just maybe you just want to say because you know you can move on and you try to move on, but in the end, it's still gonna be in your head and it would be in mine. So, and the story how you came together also is kind of iffy to everybody else, right? Not that it matters that much, but it still sounds kind of crazy to me, and there's just a bit of bad juju in the air whenever you know try to justify it. But there is guilt inside of her, so I understand what she's going through basically, but you know the love might be just worth it at the end. You never know.
'Cause she couldn't be more different from me.
Damn.
Do you see her in the back of your mind?
All right. Oh, it's still going. My bad. Oh.
But every time you touch me, I just wonder how she felt. Valentine's Day,
See?
crying in the hotel.
Every time you touch me, I just wonder how she felt. There you have it. Like, it's always going to be in your mind, no matter what you do, no matter how fun your evening is, no matter how great your day was. At the end, you will still have this kind of guilt. And that is always going to keep you uncertain in your relationship. And that is why it's never a good idea. In my personal opinion, you know, you might do you, but in my personal opinion, never a good idea. She tries to justify it in this song too, like trying to say, I'm just a different person that she is. Like, so inside, she's still fighting with her gut. And, you know, that is obviously not a good ground to build a relationship on, right? But yeah, beautiful track. The vocals are crazy. The vocal control from Billie Eilish. I would love to see this one live. But yeah, track number 6 is the greatest.
And you don't wanna know how alone I've been. Made it all look painless. Man, am I the greatest?
The guitar strings are killing me right now. Beautiful track once again. She's obviously saying this sarcastically, right? I am the greatest. I guess I don't even know why she's saying it, but I guess just for keeping you in my life or something. She did say at the beginning that she is, you know, staying up all night. You know, the partner is basically just sleeping comfortably. So you might say the relationship is not in balance.
And we don't have to fight when it's not worth fighting for. And you made it all look painless. Man, am I the unappreciated?
Here we
You
go.
said your heart was jaded. You could have been the greatest.
You could have been the greatest. Unappreciated. You could have been the greatest. This track almost got me, you know? This track almost got me. And again, musically, another climax, like song structure wise, right? Another climax. She loves to do those because, you know, theater does it for the longest time, right? In the beginning, she's nonchalant about it and makes you and tries to make you understand basically what she's saying and the whole story behind it, right? And you are there trying to understand too. Like, oh, she's nonchalant about it. Let me listen, right? Let me listen what she got to say. And then as soon as you understand, she says something like the simplest of lines that really hits you. Like it hits you. And as soon as it hits, boom, climax, right? And then it gets more intense and more intense. And in the end, relief, right? Beautiful track, strong track, really strong track. All right, track number 7. I don't speak French, man. L'amour de ma vie. Oh, so the love of my life.
I said you, the love of my life. Did I break your heart?
You know who would sound great on this track? I don't know how to pronounce the name, but Laufey or Laufey? Laufey, I think. I don't know, but she would sound great on this track.
Felt sorry for you when I looked in your eyes. Were the love of my life.
Yeah. I think we've all been there, right? I'm not tripping. Like we've all had that moment, right?
I was the love of your life. But you were not mine.
Huh. See? Now, I can dance a little bit to this song, right? It's not that hard to digest, I guess, this song. But also it's not one of my favorites right now. It's a cool relief from all the heaviness in The Greatest and a couple of other songs on here. So I'll take it. But just musically, one of the tracks that I might not come back to again and again. But still a very cool track, very low-key, chill track. So I'm not mad at it at all. All right, beat switch. All right.
You wanted to keep it. It's something you found.
All right, time machine type track. Cool, 80s sounds now. Nice.
Wouldn't believe it. It's something
All right, forget what I said, right? Now, this song really made me happy right now because it's so refreshing to listen to some different sounds on albums like these, right? Nothing really for me to complain right now when it comes to this album. I do like it quite a lot. You know, whenever I have something in my head, she does it on the next track. So great. And it's a short album too, which is great. All right, track number 8, The Diner.
Please don't call the cops. They'll make me stop. And I just wanna talk.
Huh?
I came in through the kitchen looking for something to eat. I left a calling card so they would know that it was me. Bring me back, go back to the time.
Just bring a veil and visit me in jail. Now, this song, I guess, is from the perspective of a stalker? Huh. All right, this got a bit creepy. Billie Eilish is not someone I follow like that, so I don't have any clue about her personal life and whatever happens, you know, around her. So you guys have a better idea, I guess, than me right now. So if you have any information, just drop it into my comments, right? And, you know, the number at the end, that I don't understand either. So yeah, I would be happy to read whatever you guys have in terms of information right now. But musically, my least favorite track by a mile. I wouldn't come back to the song. It does sound creepy, which makes sense if it is a stalker, right? But in general, just not a song that is really pleasing for me right now. So yeah, it is what it is though. Still a good idea, I guess. But yeah, track number 9, second to last, Bittersweet.
Ooh.
That was smooth.
Watching from above, I see the way you want me.
What do you call that? Out of body experience, right? Okay.
Nothing comes between everything I've seen in my dreams.
The flow. Bittersweet is interesting to me. You got the play on words, which is cool, you know, with the bittersweet, but bittersweet, you know, the hotel suite, which is nice. And the bittersweetness is perfectly implemented in the instrumental, I think. You know, the different instrumentals here and there. And, you know, one seems bitter, the other one seems sweet, which is cool. You know, I like that. I really do. When it comes to the content of this track, I don't know what it is, but it feels like this song is keeping something open for me in my own imagination and interpretation of the song. So I might, you know, need to listen to this one maybe once or twice again to understand the full scope. But, you know, the track's still cool. And track number 10, the last track on this album, which I'm a big fan of, but we get to that after the song. Track number 10 is Blue.
A bird in a cage, thought you were made for me.
She mentioned, you know, a reference to every track on this album right now. That's amazing.
Birds of a feather.
Birds of a feather.
I told you right. You soleil mon amour.
The Mon Amour, because, you know, whatever the French song is called, like, right? The love of my life, basically. Open Up the Door wasn't bittersweet, I think.
Beautiful and so deprived of oxygen. But I can't change you. You were born reaching for your mother's hands, victim of your
You were born reaching for your mother's hands. All right.
same about me. I sleep about 3
Who's
hours
that?
each night.
The strings. Beautiful track. Once again, I wonder what she means when she said, I want to live in black and white rather than being blue, you know, sad. But black and white, I could imagine her, you know, saying basically, I would love to live in a yes or no situation, but I am basically in between and I don't know what to do, and that's why I'm blue. Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft is an amazing album, an amazing experience in my opinion. Everything is in tune with one another. Even the cover art fits perfectly into the theme of the album, and you know, Billie Eilish's delivery on this album is amazing. You got all those beat switches, you got all those different references in every track, and every track kind of references another track, which is amazing too. An amazing experience in my opinion. She has a beautiful voice, obviously, and a very calming voice, but every track feels so important to the whole picture, to the bigger picture. The only track that kind of doesn't make too much sense in the theme of the album is The Diner. It might have been very important for her to keep this track nevertheless, but in my opinion it doesn't fit the overall aesthetic of the album. But that's cool. That's the only negative I really have for this project, and I'm a big fan right now. I am a big fan of this project. I am very happy right now and a bit tired. Great first album experience from Billie Eilish, and if you want me to check out other projects from her too, you know, then tell me in the comment section. Now it's time for your opinion. What is your favorite track on here? What do you think about the whole album in general? And yeah, I'm very happy right now. Tell me in the comment section, what do you feel? I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel to see more. Leave a like if you like. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I see you in the next one. Bye.